is also.
Hello, good afternoon once again. My name is Michael Hyacin, and I will be your host. Honored to be speaking with our author, Lungi. And today we are continuing our author series at the Glimpse of Africa Festival right here in downtown Grand Rapids. And our next author is Lungi Moore, and her book, Wash Day, is just a very beautiful book that inspires kids to enjoy and embrace their hair. And it's an honor to meet you, Lungi.
It's an honor to meet you too.
How are
Thank you
you?
guys for having me. I'm pretty excited.
Awesome. Well, I'm
Yeah.
excited for you to share about your book. But
Yeah.
before then, I'd love to hear a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I am a African from Zimbabwe. I was originally born in Zimbabwe and migrated to South Africa. I did most of my childhood education and my tertiary education in South Africa, and then migrated from South Africa to the United States with my family. I was fortunate to meet an amazing man that I married. He's my husband, and we actually live in Detroit, Michigan right now. So that is the condensed, summarized story of my life.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Your story is the American story. Many of us come from so many different
Absolutely.
backgrounds
Yeah.
and from so many journeys, and it's a blessing that you and I meet here discussing this wonderful book. Please tell me a little bit about Wash Day.
So Wash Day was a concept that really came from a need that I had. My children love reading books, and we were experiencing a challenge in our lives with their hair. And a lot of African Americans and a lot of Africans in the diaspora know the challenge that comes with young kids and managing their hair, getting their hair washed. It can become pretty cumbersome, and sometimes explaining, the necessity of hygiene and loving your curls can become quite challenging for, kids who are under 7. And usually what I would do is I would arm myself with literature or some type of parenting book that would help me assist in, a challenge that I'm experiencing at the time. And I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find anything that was directly associated with the need that a lot of black kids across the world had, which was the hair. And for a lot of people who may not know, hair is politicized in the African community as well as the African American community. And I wanted to create something that not only was a purpose for education, but also empowerment for young girls, young boys, to understand that there is absolutely nothing wrong with your hair. It grows naturally, it curls, it kinks, sometimes it's straight, and when you add water, it does all types of things.
Yeah.
So that really was the inspiration for the book.
It is. I remember growing up in the Bronx. Your hair is such an important element of who you are.
Yeah,
It
it's
made
an identity.
you, and it had its pros and its cons.
Absolutely, yeah.
So explain how you address that in this
So
book.
I really wanted to simplify it. I didn't want to complicate the, nature of hair, especially for kids who are, still learning about their bodies. They're learning about their teeth. They're learning about so many different things. But hair is not something that's really addressed in early childhood. And I really wanted to simplify it in a way that's fun, it's relatable, and, put my girls in there because we share that experience. So I did address it in ways that were hilarious, where my little, the youngest child, who is Nomava in the story, she's learning how to pronounce shampoo. She's learning how to pronounce, yes, right.
I really love that. I found that to be very funny.
And a lot of kids who have looked at the book say, "Oh, I say shampoo too," because the P is kind of a hard, what's the word, phonetic to jump over. And I really was trying to find words that my kids use and I've heard other kids use as well. And also just addressing the begrudgingness of, you're taking time away from my playtime.
I know.
Like, why do we have to do this? It's just ridiculous that we have to stop what we're doing, go do this horrible task, and then I have to wait a while up until my hair is done so I can go back and play.
Yeah.
So I was really trying to address that in the book.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What I also love, and it's such a human element of the shampoo smelling like food.
Yeah.
It smells so good.
Right, it does. Thank
Mom,
goodness.
can I not eat this?
Right.
Why do I have to put it in my hair?
Yeah.
I prefer to put it in my
It
mouth.
smells so good.
Well, what is it that you want kids and or parents to take away from this book?
I just want them to take away that hair is part of the human experience for every child. It's not going to be the same for black kids especially, and I really just wanted it to be normalized, normalizing hair in a way that kids can embrace it, because for a lot of girls specifically, manipulation of hair starts at a very young age. A lot of times when we have to integrate into certain schools, there is mandates that require our hair to be a certain type of texture. And I know for a lot of Africans specifically, this is something that we are still dealing with today, even in South Africa specifically. There actually have been protests with regards to manipulation of the hair, and just getting into school, there was a requirement for you to straighten your hair. So it was just bringing all those little concepts into a book that would at least educate some parents to understand that there's actually nothing wrong with the hair that grows out of our hair, just like there's nothing wrong with anybody's hair. To be honest, it's an identity, and it's the human experience.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you for your journey. Please tell us how we can find you.
So as of right now, you can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Amazon. If you'd like to purchase my book, it's all on Amazon as well. And you can actually purchase from the link on the Facebook account.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Lungi. It was an honor to hear your story.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know there's much more to it.
Oh, absolutely.
But today we got to hear the condensed version, and
Yes.
everybody at home can go and purchase Wash Day. It's a book for everybody,
It
regardless
absolutely
of
is.
what ethnic
Yes.
background you come from, because your hair is a part of your identity. So thank you so much. You take care.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Have a great day.